Good morning, everybody. Goeiemorgen. Very welcome to today's webinar. We'll be taking a deep dive into some of our core MRP modules. So I'm joined here by Tamsin. Tamsin, without further ado, if you are ready, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Ready is a strong word, but thank you, Justin. Hi, everyone. My name is Tamsin. I am a software support technician here with SigmaMRP's at MECAD. And I just want to say thank you all for joining us because it is a cold, miserable day. So I hope you all have a blankie and a hot cup of coffee so we can get cracking. Many of you already know me as a person who team views into their computer and mucks about with their settings. But what you may not know is that before joining MECAD, I supervised production in a manufacturing environment very similar to many of yours. That experience taught me that manufacturing isn't just about having good machines. It's about having the right information at the right time in front of the right people. Whether it's chasing paperwork, trying to figure out where an order is, or wondering whether enough stock has been ordered, we've all experienced how disconnected systems can slow production down. That's exactly why today's topic is so important to me. Just before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping. Please note that all of your cameras and microphones have been disabled for the duration of this session. If you do have any questions during the session, please feel free to type them into the chat, and one of our support staff members will try and answer them as quick as possible. They will also have a Q&A session at the end just to answer any remaining questions. Most of you will already be familiar with SigmaMRP's, the best nesting solution, but you may not be aware of the wider range of software solutions we offer. As you can see here, the Sigma suite includes everything from quoting and tube cutting software to CNC press brake programming, shop floor control, and even, as we'll discuss today, a fully integrated MRP system. This is just a snapshot of the complete Sigma suite ecosystem that helps our customers streamline operations and improve efficiency across their entire manufacturing process. If you'd like to learn more about any of these solutions, please feel free to reach out to us after today's session. In the last webinar, we touched on the 5 M's and how we use them as a benchmark to help our clients streamline and optimize their production process. For those of you who were unable to attend our last session, I'll run through these very quickly for you. Material, reducing waste and increasing yields. Management, integrating data across your operations through our MRP and shop floor solutions. Motion, helping machines cut faster and more efficiently. Manpower, reducing manual effort through automation and user-friendly software. And machines, providing a single software platform capable of driving multiple machine times. Our HD SuperNest webinar focused on the first M, material. Today, we'll be focusing on our second M, management. I'd just like to open up a quick poll for you guys. How many different software systems are you currently using to run your business? Yeah, I see that, and it's climbing now. 3 to 6 seems to be one of the more popular answers. And it's interesting to see that as a response. It's actually really common to see manufacturers using a lot of different softwares for quoting, inventory, accounting, and production. One of SigmaMRP's biggest strengths is bringing all of those together into one connected platform. So before we get into this, what is an MRP system? MRP stands for Material Resource Planning. And at its most basic level, an MRP system helps manufacturers answer 3 important questions. What do I need? How much do I need? And when do I need it? But modern MRP systems go way further than simply managing materials. They bring together information across the manufacturing process, from customers and quotations through inventory and purchasing, all the way to production and accounting. Think about what happens when a customer places an order. You need to know what you're producing, which materials are required, whether you have those materials in stock, what needs to be purchased, when production needs to start, which operations are required, and ultimately what needs to be invoiced. And that is a lot of different things to be working with different systems. Without an integrated system, that information can spread up across spreadsheets, emails, paper documents, and different software packages. And that's where things can start to go wrong. Someone might have the latest version of a spreadsheet while someone else is working from an older one. Purchasing might not know that production needs a particular material urgently. And finance may still be waiting for information that someone has already entered somewhere else. An MRP system brings all of that information together. So instead of asking, where is that information? You can ask, what does the business need to do next? And that's really the value of an MRP system, connecting the information that keeps your manufacturing operation moving. And that brings us to SigmaMRP. So now that we understand what an MRP system is, let's look at how SigmaMRP puts those principles into practice. To me, SigmaMRP is kind of like my favorite shopping center. There's a Checkers, there's a bakery, there's a discount, there's a place to get a bit of biltong afterwards, everything you could need without having to go out of your way. SigmaMRP is a fully integrated manufacturing management system designed to connect your office to your shop floor through one central platform. It follows the life cycle of a product from initial customer interaction through quoting, purchasing, inventory, and production, and ultimately through to invoicing and accounting. The most important thing here is that these aren't isolated modules working independently. They're connected. Your contacts feed into jobs, jobs use your item masters and assemblies, purchasing makes sure all the required materials are available, and production tracks the work as it moves through the factory, and accounting connects that information back to your financial system. So rather than having information sitting in different places, everyone is working from the same data. And that's what we're going to explore throughout today's presentation. We'll begin with the contacts module, the foundation of the entire system. Every customer, supplier, and business partner you work with is stored here, making it your central source of business information. One feature I particularly like is the visual status indicator. At a glance, colored bubbles tell you the health of your customer relationships. Green indicates active communication, while red lets you know it's time to follow up. Inside each contact, you can store information like credit limits, tax rates, and payment terms. Once these details are entered, SigmaMRP automatically applies them wherever that customer is used in a quote or job, reducing the manual entry and ensuring consistency. You can also export your entire contact database directly to Excel whenever you need it for reporting or marketing purposes. Next up, we have item masters. If contacts answers the question of who you're working with, item masters answer what you're manufacturing, buying, or selling. This module stores everything from raw materials and consumables to finished products, purchased items, and services. SigmaMRP doesn't just record quantities. It provides meaningful inventory visibility by distinguishing between stock that's available, stock that's already committed to production, and stock that's currently in process. To prevent unexpected shortages, minimum stock levels can be assigned to every inventory item. When stock falls below those levels, smart purchase order functions automatically identify what's needed and generate a purchase order, helping ensure production isn't delayed due to missing material. Supplier price updates are equally as simple. Rather than updating hundreds of items individually, the Recost wizard allows you to import a spreadsheet and update your entire pricing database in just a few clicks. I'm going to bring up another poll for you guys. Have you, and I know this happened to me many, many times, have you ever run out of material halfway through a job because someone thought that there was stock available? Now, so based on these responses, and I know it's something that we had quite frequently when I was working in manufacturing, it's one of those problems that costs more than just the material. It costs production time, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Our next module is assemblies. This is where all your individual components come together to build finished products. Assemblies are organized in an easy-to-navigate folder structure, making it simple to locate products, even as your database grows. Each assembly supports revision control, ensuring your production team is always working from the latest approved version. One of the biggest advantages is automatic cost roll-up. SigmaMRP calculates the total cost by combining every component and labor operation associated with the assembly, giving you accurate manufacturing cost every time. For products with standard selling prices, regardless of manufacturing cost, the price matrix wizard allows you to override calculated cost using predefined pricing tables. Now we move into what many manufacturers consider the heart of the system, the jobs module. This is where everything comes together. Your contacts, inventory, and assemblies all feed into the job creation process. SigmaMRP guides users step by step through creating quotations and work orders, ensuring that nothing important is overlooked. Need to quote a repeat job? Rather than starting from scratch, you can simply duplicate an existing quotation or selectively copy assemblies and parts directly into a new job, including all associated costing. The built-in data analysis tools also provide valuable planning information by allowing you to filter and review jobs according to the due dates, helping production managers understand upcoming workloads and allocate resources more effectively. Once a customer accepts a quotation, SigmaMRP hands the process over to production and purchasing modules. The production module gives everyone a clear visibility into the process of every job. You can see exactly which operations have been completed, which are still outstanding, and whether a job is scheduled, on hold, or finished. This keeps office staff, supervisors, and operators working from the same information at all times. On the purchasing side, SigmaMRP manages your entire purchasing workflow. Smart purchase orders automatically generate the required purchase orders based on inventory requirements. Purchase orders remain editable while they're in draft status, but once they're marked as sent out, they're locked to preserve purchasing accuracy. As materials arrive, goods received notes allow stock to be booked back into inventory immediately while recording exactly where those materials have been stored. Supplier invoices can then be matched directly against purchase orders, creating a clear and auditable purchasing process. Our final module is the accounts link, which connects your manufacturing data with your accounting software. Rather than manually entering invoices and purchase orders twice, SigmaMRP transfers the information directly into your accounting system. Functions such as refresh invoices and refresh purchase orders ensure that your financial records always stay aligned with your production activities. Invoices can be marked as posted, customer and supplier information can be exported, and depending on your accounting package, direct integration may also be available. You'll see that I've included some examples of integrations that we have done previously. The result is less manual administration, fewer data entry errors, and significantly faster financial processing. What really makes SigmaMRP powerful isn't just that the individual modules work together. Your contacts feed directly into jobs. Jobs automatically reference your item masters and assemblies. Production and purchasing ensure work progresses smoothly and materials arrive when they're needed. Finally, accounts link closes the loop by synchronizing everything with your financial system. Instead of departments operating independently, everyone works from one shared source of information. That means fewer mistakes, less duplicated work, improved visibility, and ultimately a more efficient manufacturing process. And so I'll open it up to my final poll. Based on what you've seen here today, which SigmaMRP module do you think would have the biggest impact on your business? Okay, fantastic. I see that production is getting quite a bit of traction, as well as purchasing and item masters, all fantastic modules.
We should have enabled multi-selection there, because I feel like a multi-selection option would be good.
Remember for the next one. Okay. As we've seen today, SigmaMRP isn't simply another database or job management system. It's a complete manufacturing management solution designed to connect your office, your production floor, and your financial processes into one integrated platform. Whether your goal is improving inventory control, streamlining purchasing, reducing material administration, or simply gaining better visibility into production, SigmaMRP provides the tools to help you achieve it. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you'd like to learn more about SigmaMRP or discuss how it could fit into your manufacturing environment, please don't hesitate to get in touch.